What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bean and I'm back from the video. And in today's video, I'm bringing y'all the best defensive formations in all of Madden 22. My dog Jay hit him up, had asked for it in the comments on my last video, so I'm bringing it to y'all. You feel me? As this game is coming to a wrap, I want to make sure to give y'all the best formations and stuff like that. If I can't give y'all every single best play in the game, I want to be sure to give y'all the formations. So let's hop right into the list. All right, y'all. The first formation I want to jump into is gonna be this 3-3-5 wide. Now, this formation is great across both gens. This is a formation that's very reliable on defense across both gens. You feel me? It has the run defense with the gap shoots. You can have coverage out of it. You can drop those linebackers in the coverages and stuff like that. So 3-3-5 is one of the most reliable defensive formations within this game. No matter what play you can call, you can probably get something good out of this formation. You feel me? And about the majority of these formations are going to be out of nickel because there's no beating nickel within Madden right now. Safeties at linebackers is just too overpowered. Like, there's no other way you should be running this. Should be running defense, especially on next gen. Current gen, you may be able to get away depending on who the linebacker is. But as far as next gen goes, you want to make sure to always have that safety at linebacker, or to have a safety available to play linebacker when you're calling these defenses and stuff like that. So let's hop into the next formation. All right, y'all. The next formation I want to hop into is 3-3-5, another nickel formation. As I already said, nickel formations are the formations you want to be in. But the difference between nickel 3-3-5 and 3-3-5 wide is you can have three safeties on the field at linebacker versus one. Unless you audible down, you can have three and 3-3-5 wide. But as far as stock defensive formations, you can have three safeties at linebacker for 3-3-5 and one safety at linebacker for 3-3-5 wide. But the only downside to 3-3-5 is there's no gap shoots. You can only contain the run as far as when they run the ball. But as far as coverage goes, like I said, with three safeties at linebacker, there's no really getting any passes off. As long as you make the right adjustments for what your opponent is doing, you can clamp pretty much every single formation within this game. And this is another formation that goes across both gens. And I'm making that clear because there is going to be two formations that I am going to show that doesn't work across both gens. You feel me? It just works for one gen, and the next one's going to work for the other. You feel what I'm saying? But as far as 3-5 goes, it doesn't have any gap shoots really, but it does have solid run D. It does contain the run, just no gap shoots, so you can't get in the backfield and get those TFLs like you would want to out of 3-3-5 and stuff like that. But as far as coverage goes, I've been running 3-3-5 for a few years now. The coverage is some of the best coverage you can get within Madden, from those safeties being at linebacker. And let's hop into one of our final not coverages, formations. Now on to 2-4-5 odd. If a lot of y'all watch my videos, this is the defense that Henry likes to run. This is meta defense, so of course this has to be on the list. But as I said before, there's two defenses in here that doesn't work for one gen and the other one works for the other. 2-4-5 odd. If you're playing current gen Madden, do not call this. They're gonna run for 1,000 yards against something like this. This does not work for current gen, but for next gen, it's probably the best formation as far as Madden 22 goes across the board. Like I said before, as y'all saw, and if you watch MCS, you've seen Henry run this 2-4-5 odd a lot on his road to getting to the Madden Bowl. You feel what I'm saying? It has great blitzes, great coverages. You feel me? All types of stuff like that. You can pressure the QB, get INTs, and still subbing those safeties at linebackers because it is another nickel formation. You feel me? So if you're playing next gen, you pretty much want to stay in nickel the whole game because linebackers aren't reliable within this game. No matter who you have, you always want to come out in formations with safeties at linebacker. Pretty much no matter who the safeties are, as long as they're not like an 86 speed or anything like that, you want those safeties on the field just so you can jump and move around the field quicker and stuff like that. But this is probably one of the best formations across Madden 22 next gen. You feel me? I'm gonna keep putting emphasis on that because this is not a defense you want to run for current gen because you're gonna get ran on for a bunch of yards and stuff like that. And let's hop into our final coverage. Our final formation. All right, y'all. Last but not least, we have 3-4 odd. Now this is our current gen. You feel me? You do not want to be running this on Next gen, because those linebackers, it's way too many linebackers on the field. You can't sack the quarterback with escape artists or any of that. Those linebackers aren't going to be able to really do anything. They're pretty much a liability in all aspects of next gen. So you don't want to be in a 3-4 again. I mean, in current gen, I mean not current gen, in next gen, but current gen, those linebackers are fast enough. If you want to send some heat, you can send heat with those linebackers. Escape artists, they're not just gonna run away, you feel me? Those linebackers are gonna be able to get to the quarterback. And if you make the right adjustments, the linebackers, you can make the linebackers to where they're not that big of a liability within current gen, just because the movement in current gen isn't so slow and stuff like that. So you can use those linebackers versus next gen. The coverages from the linebackers, they move so slow and their change of direction is so slow. It's no point in even using linebackers in this game, you feel me? So as far as next gen goes, this is great. It's a great defense to run. You get way better block sheds, because in current gen, you can't really get that many block sheds with safeties and stuff like that. They're just not going to get off. The only upside to that is their speed and stuff like that for current gen, which is amazing, by the way, but those linebackers can get better block sheds and stuff like that. Versus next gen, it doesn't really matter either way. As long as you have those safeties on the field, you should be able to make it work as far as run defense and coverage. But yeah, this is the final formation that I want to show y'all. So that's wraps the video right there. If you're new to the channel, make sure you sub up and turn that post notification bell. If this vid helped you out any at all, make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below what type of vids you'd like to see from me next. And this is with Bean, and I'm out.
I can't believe that they crossed me. Young nigga be sounding like, oh shit.